with those W-2 companies like Swift, Snyder, Covenant, Warner, basically the legal companies, is the most you can make a week over the road is like $1,000 to like $1,500 a week, and then they're gonna tax you for it. So my suggestion is, if you are thinking about getting your CDL, then work for the Russians. Now, the thing with working for the Russian companies is you're gonna run illegal, but you might sleep like 3-4 hours a day, but you're gonna make $2,000, $2,500, $2,700, $3,200 a week, depending on how hard you run that week.
Disclaimer: this channel is for entertainment and educational purposes only. All third-party video clips, audio, and commentary fall under fair use as outlined in Section 107 of the Copyright Act, in accordance with applicable laws. The views and opinions expressed in this channel are those of the host and should not be taken as fact or professional advice, and do not necessarily reflect current views or affiliations.
Okay. Drivers, man, listen, let me tell you something right quick. These Russian companies, I understand that a lot of you guys have very different, different opinions when it comes to the black op companies. Whether they're Russians, whether they're Pakistanians, whatever the case, whether they're foreign, period, right? You guys have very different experiences and very different opinions when it comes to them. But how about this, though? Imagine being a new truck driver, right? You spent weeks in CDL school, watching videos, doing your research, and you come across this TikTok female trucker influencer. And they say, don't work for Swift, don't work for Snyder, don't work for Warner or any of the starter companies, right? They say, right after you get your CDL and you want to make some money, they say, go and work for the Russians. That's right. You'll make more money, but get this, running illegal. Now, that's the kind of things that you'll hear from these so-called trucker influencers. And quite honestly, it's kind of dangerous when you listen to them that way. But I get it, though. I get it, because companies like Swift, Warner, and all these other companies out here, they lowballing. I get it. The average starting pay for maybe a dry van mega carrier, it's around 55 cents to 60 cents a mile. Now, a lot of you guys look at it that way and be like, that ain't no money. When you add it all up at the end of the week, it could be a significant amount of money, especially for drivers that's just now starting. But I'm just here to let you know that you're still going to be the low man on the totem pole, and you're going to start low, and that's what they're going to offer. They don't feel as you is qualified enough to give you that kind of money to operate these equipment. But what we're going to do is start you off with just enough so that you can. Now, the part about running illegal, yeah, I get it. You don't want to do that, especially coming right out of the gate. And that's what these black op companies are preying on. That's what they take advantage of. Naive drivers listening to advice like this so that they can take advantage of you. And again, I get it. I understand it. But let's talk about it.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
So drivers, in this TikTok video that you heard, there's a female driver sitting there giving flat out bad advice. This is just my opinion, though. She's giving advice to run for a black op company. Now, before I go into this topic, I'm not sure if she means anything by this. Maybe she just coming out here with satire, I guess. I don't know. But this is just my commentary on the topic. So with that said, let's hear once again what she has to say about the Black Ops company.
Hold on!
With those W-2 companies like Swift, Snyder, Covenant, Warner, basically the legal companies, is The most you can make a week over the road is like $1,000 to like $1,500 a week, and then they're gonna tax you for it. So, my suggestion is, if you are thinking about getting your CDL, then work for the Russians. Now, the thing with working for the Russian companies is you're gonna run illegal, but you might sleep like 3-4 hours a day, but you're gonna make $2,000, $2,500, $2,700, $3,200 a week, depending on how hard you run that week.
All right. Now you guys heard it. She went on to say, if you go to work for those big mega carriers like W-2, because working for the Black Ops, you're going to be doing 1099. You're going to be doing lease. You're going to be doing escrow. You're going to be doing something. But with W-2, you're not going to have to worry about all of the taxes, all of the benefits, because the company that you're going to work for is going to be doing that for you. They take the responsibility. But doing the 1099, the responsibility is on you. Now, with carriers like Swift, Covenant, Warner, Snyder, they might not be worth it, because you'll only make about about $1,000, maybe $1,500 after taxes on a good day. And that's where she pretty much lose me, right? Now, don't get me wrong, $1,500 on a good day is good money, especially to somebody that's coming out of working at a place, say like Amazon, fast food, and stuff like that, right? You coming up from making about maybe $600 to $700 all the way up to $1,500. And that right there, drivers, is where things go off the rails with some of these drivers. Now, $2,000 to $3,000 a week or more is what I honestly think the average that a truck driver, for all the sacrifices that we make out here, is what we should be making. And that's take home. Not none of this 55 cent up to 60 cent. And then after you work there for a year to be 65 cent, and doing all this stuff for this trucking company, making this trucking company rich, and having the trucking company to give you all these accolades and all like that. I don't want the accolades. Give me the money. Give me what I'm worth. I'm giving you the time. Give me the money that's worth my time.
It's my money, and I need it now!
But see, what she said about running illegally for the Black Op companies, for the Russians, see, that's where she loses me completely with that one. And that's because, in my opinion, that's not good advice, drivers. See, these Black Op companies do underhanded and shady things that prey on new CDL holders, right? They also prey on the desperate. They play on the ones that need the money every single day, drivers. Listen, this is exactly the kind of talk that keeps these shady Black Op companies in business to continue to do dirty things. See, telling new drivers to go run for the Russians and break federal laws just to chase down extra money, that is just diabolical to me. So you're basically telling people out here to trade their safety and their CDLs for just a few extra dollars in the paycheck. And quite possibly their freedom just for a few extra dollars. And it kind of makes sense to drivers that really is at rock bottom right now, that down and out right now. But you got to understand something. These are the same illegal companies, allegedly. Shady companies that she are praising are the same ones that will have you running over your clock, foregoing your laws, skipping sleep, risking your life, and again, your freedom. Not only that, but everybody else's lives on the highway as well. These are the same shady, illegal Black Op companies that are quite doing that to this day. And if you haven't been sleeping under a rock, you see the consequences of their actions every day, every week, every month. We just had 3 within the past couple of weeks, within the past couple of months. Florida, California, Kentucky. You name it! One driver went to sleep, one driver made an illegal U-turn, and another driver just flat out GTA'd. These companies will run you into the ground, and then when something happens, they will dump you the minute something tragic happens. No insurance, no support, no recourse, no nothing. They'll leave you up under the bus like they never even met you. And better yet, they will shut down and change MC numbers the minute that happens. But see, here's the part where she's not saying. Those so-called legal companies that she's clowning, like Swift, US Express, Warner, yeah, they pay sucks. Don't get me wrong. But they're also playing by the book. You'll get the structure, you'll get the training, and most importantly, you will get the experience that keeps your record clean. And that, driver, is what's up. That sets you up for a better paying job later. I get it. You want later to be now. You want later to be microwavable. You want later to be this instant because of your financial situation that you're in right now. I get it. I understand it. But listen, running illegal, okay, as she says, it might sound like a quick come up, but driver, I'm here to tell you it's a trap. Listen, you're one DOT inspection away from a shutdown. You're one fatigue crash away from a felony. And you're one bad dispatcher away from being stranded somewhere with no pay, no fuel card, and quite possibly no truck. See, listen, y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing me. I make these videos, quite honestly, not for the money, but quite honestly, it's a topic that I would love to share with you guys. Maybe you heard this from other drivers. Maybe you heard this from other content creators, but you haven't heard it from the way that I present it, because we could take the same topic, screw it up, chop it up, and we'll bring it in a different kind of format. That's why I talk trucking different over here. But see, that advice what that young lady is saying, that spreads fast in the trucking communities, in the trucking groups, because it sounds good. But listen, anybody or any trucker that actually been in those situations before, they will definitely tell you that it is not worth losing your license, your freedom, your life, trying to chase the short money. Stop the show right quick. Listen, drivers, you want to know the advice that she's really not giving you, driver? You want to know the advice that she's really not giving you? Listen, driver protection. If you're going to tell truckers to run illegal, how are you not mentioning Legal Shield, right? That's the part right there that she's leaving out. But I'm about to tell you right now, I'm not going to leave that out. See, any driver who decides to run for the Russians or foreign companies or any black op companies, you guys need to have Legal Shield in place, period. With Legal Shield, they will help you in any type of situation, whether it's a DOT ticket, a speeding ticket, a parking violation ticket, whatever the case. Legal Shield will put you in the right position with the right lawyers that will handle your cases at any time. And I will suggest you call them up, look them up online, LegalShield.com, and get an account set up with them. Because if you gonna go ahead and follow this young lady's advice and run illegal, then you're gonna need Legal Shield in place, period. Legal Shield. I have the link to the website in the description below. Now, new drivers, for you, I implore you to listen to these type of advices with a grain of salt. Some people will probably say don't listen to them at all. See, social media gives a false sense of security when it comes to trucking. See, a lot of people could come on here and say, hey, we making this kind of money, you getting this kind of bag. If you do this way, if you do this that way, and you'll make it. No. I mean, that's not how trucking works.
That's not how the force works.
See, they'll tell you how to start your career, but they'll also tell you how to start your career on the wrong side of the track as well. See, if somebody out there encouraging you to break the law just to make a little bit more money, they're not giving you advice. They already setting you up for failure, drivers. I'm about to tell you right now, trucking has enough problems as it is. And we don't need bad actors adding to the mess by normalizing illegal behavior. If you want to last in this game,
This is the truest thing you ever heard.
This game.
you got to do these things in order to make it work. You got to protect your CDL like it's golden. You got to run legal. You got to run smart. You got to learn the business. The real money in trucking comes from experience and not cutting corners.
This game has got to be about more than winning.
What do you think? Do new drivers even understand what they're getting into when they join these shady companies? Or are they getting misled by people online selling false dreams? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you've got your own trucking story or been through one of these run illegal companies, email me at lockoutmenpodcastguest@gmail.com. This is Trucking Unfiltered. Thanks for listening, and see you on the next one.